We're live. How's it going, guys? My name is MrHurriicane. Welcome to the St. Louis Rams Connected Franchise Season 3 Offseason live stream. How's it going? You guys have been waiting here. The chat's been going wild now for the past couple hours. You guys are ready for the offseason to begin. Welcome. I'm not late. I'm like a minute early. 3:59. I should get like a medal. I'm early here. Let me make sure all my settings are good. Can you guys hear me? I'm assuming you can. I'm assuming. The chat's going wild. Thanks for coming, guys. Off season just about to begin here in a couple minutes as we let the stream fill up a bit with everybody who wants to come see the festivities tonight. Of course, going through the entire off-season activities, of course, the off-season part of the off-season, free agency, draft, getting the depth chart right. We'll go all the way to the preseason. Not going to play a preseason game tonight, but we'll do the entire offseason as usual, about a 2.5 hour event. If the stream crashes at any point, which it might, who knows, don't worry, I'll be back within a minute or so, and this will be on YouTube afterwards, so you can catch this. If you have to go in like an hour and you miss the draft, you can always watch this later on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/MrHurriicane. But thanks everybody for joining me tonight. We have a fun off season ahead of us as the Rams enter Season 4 after a Super Bowl winning season. This is a unique situation now. We're not entering as a team that's building to become a Super Bowl team. We're there. Now the goal is to stay there and try to repeat, which very few teams are able to actually do. And the greatest Rams team, the greatest show on turf, they only won one ring. They went to the Super Bowl, I believe, 2 out of 3 years. They won the first one against the Titans, and then were defeated by the New England Patriots. So, we're looking to best that. We're trying to make it 2 Super Bowl championships in a row, and so the offseason is about keeping the team together and getting a few more pieces to the team added so that we can go on another Super Bowl run. And of course, the elephant in the room. Sam Bradford. He is going to be the biggest topic of discussion tonight, bar none. No one will even be close. Mobile not working. Yeah, I know. It takes a couple minutes. Anyway, Sam Bradford. Nobody likes... Whoops, going in the wrong section here. Very few people like Sam Bradford in this series. He has been our quarterback for all 3 years. He's remained healthy. And he has helped us reach the playoffs 3 straight seasons, including helping us reach the Super Bowl. Now, some say that his role on the team is not as major as other quarterbacks that have led teams to Super Bowls. We, of course, have a very complete team. We have a lot of talent on defense. We have a lot of, obviously, offensive firepower. And we have a quarterback that can steer the ship. But is he the right option for us going forward? A lot of people say absolutely not. And I would say no for the price of what he was making before. He just got done making about, I think his cap hit for us was around $20 million or so. So, yeah, that's a huge chunk of the cap. So a decision has to be made now that he's an unrestricted free agent. Where do we go in the offseason headed into Season 4 at the quarterback position? Do we keep Sam Bradford? Do we give him a contract? Do we give an opportunity to the backup David Fales? Do we explore our options in free agency? The draft? What do we do for Season 4? Hashtag Cut Bradford is all over the chat. You know how the fans feel. They don't like Sam Bradford. Alright. Anyway, thank you all for joining me this evening for the Rams Connected Franchise Season 3 off-season. The view counter is glitching out of control or something. It was at 660 something earlier, and now it's at $1.27. So actually, I should be in my dashboard, but I'm not. Let me go to my Twitch dashboard, and I'll watch from there. So how's everybody doing this Monday night? We're in the heart of, not really in the heart of summer. We're kind of still in the early stages, I guess, because they count summer to be like early June or whatever. So how you guys doing? You guys having a great summer so far? I'm enjoying mine. I wish the weather was a little bit better. We're not getting enough clear, sunny days for my liking. Here, it says 706 viewers right now. Let me see, this is kind of... Okay, it was a little slow there. 706 viewers right now at the moment. Alright guys, let's get into this. The Season 4 off-season, well, Season 3 off-season I guess, is coming. We're going to do a quick recap of Season 3. Obviously you guys know we went 13-3, won the Super Bowl. So we'll take a look at stats and whatnot, and we'll try to make this as quick as possible. Normally this eats into the time, and I let it drag on. I'm going to try my best to condense it for you guys. So here is the NFL standings. Of course, us and the Bengals were the #1 seeds. You can see every other playoff team here. A couple of unexpected teams, maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars, who signed Cam Newton in the offseason. It was only a one-year deal, so he's going to be a free agent once again, and he was one of the big topics of discussion last offseason. Go after Cam Newton, although his price tag was gargantuan. There's a lot of cut Bradford on my screen right now. I wish I could get Sam Bradford here in the chat with me, like, just so he could give his thoughts. Anyway, let's go to the league statistics, and we'll see just how everybody played on paper this year. And I'll show you guys the draft class and stuff as well, don't worry. But Sam Bradford, 25 touchdowns to 15 interceptions, 37.82 for the yardage. Completed 62% of his passes. On the ground, it was a great season for this man, Ben Tate, who was, I think I gotta call him the team's MVP. With the way he played in the regular season and in the postseason, this man was a workhorse. 15 touchdowns on the ground. Isaiah P. didn't play too badly either in a couple of games where Ben Tate got hurt, and then off the bench, P became our #2 option, and he was pretty solid. Receiving, Tavon Austin missed a few games, as I was kind of nervous about him doing again. 71 catches, 1,120 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So his numbers are not of someone who usually misses a healthy chunk of the season. Those are complete numbers right there. So I'm happy with his year. We acquired Demaryius Thomas last offseason. 36 catches, 624 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That's with missing, I believe, 6 or 7 games. So keep that in mind. Numbers are still probably down on average per game, if you count how many games he actually played in. Stedman Bailey, he had, for the first half of the season, it was very good. It was awesome. Second half, really, really bad. Bailey had a bad second half of the season with drops, and he did not make as big of an impact towards the end of the year and into the postseason. Jared Cook, he ended up picking up some slack towards the end of the year when we needed someone with Austin's absence and Bailey struggling, so I thought Cook played pretty well. We'll go to defense. James Laurinaitis had by far his best year of the franchise. It wasn't even close. This man was a menace, collecting 116 tackles. He had only 1 sack, and Chris Long was our leader. He had 11 sacks and nobody else over 5. But Laurinaitis also had 4 interceptions, and he was a consistent player for us all season. And then Janoris Jenkins, 10 interceptions. He had a monster season. Alteron Werner, Trumaine Johnson. This defense knows how to get turnovers. In Season 2, it was all about the fumble. And this year, we only forced, a handful. That's only 7 right there, after forcing over 20 in Season 2. With no slider change. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. But yes, our defense knows how to get turnovers. And with our powerful offense, it's a perfect combination. And Ty Zimmerman had 2 interceptions. He finally got his first 2 of his career, and a 3rd in the postseason. So let's see. Let me go through. Let's go through the awards. I want to see who the Pro Bowlers were and stuff, and the MVPs. Or the MVP and other awards. I will go through the AFC Pro Bowl quick. Geno Smith has emerged in this. He has become a very good quarterback for the New York Jets, and that's why he's #2 in the Pro Bowl voting. Maurice Jones-Drew, Jaquiz Rogers, Trent Richardson. A lot of surprising names on this list. A lot of them, including DeAnthony Thomas. Where'd that come from? Jarrell Jernigan, Wes Welker, A.J. Green. Let's speed through this. This is the AFC. Greg Hardy's on the Texans now, huh? But here is the Pro Bowlers from the AFC and now the NFC, where Sam Bradford is a Pro Bowl quarterback. What do you guys think about that? 1,270 viewers in here now. This is fantastic. Thank you, guys. We have Drew Brees, Alfred Morris, Marshawn Lynch, and Ben Tate. Carlos Hyde makes it to the Pro Bowl. Any receivers? Where's my guy Tavon? You're telling me Devin Hester made it to the Pro Bowl as a receiver, and Tavon didn't? No. That's wrong. Jake Long, Cyril Richardson, Corey Linsley, Ja Reed, and Roger Saffold. Our whole starting offensive line went to the Pro Bowl as either a starter or a backup. On defense, I'm not seeing too much from us yet. Anything on defense. Okay, James Laurinaitis didn't make it. Whatever. Janoris Jenkins did at least. They're not kind to us on defense. And we got Greg Zuerlein there as well. There's a look at the Pro Bowlers. Now the yearly awards. Now, of course, these all get separated by conference for some reason. A lot of these awards do. But Matt Ryan is the MVP of the NFL. He helped lead the Falcons to the playoffs, and he's your winner. Coach of the Year? Dusty McDonald beats out Jeff Fisher. I'm not sure why. Let's go NFC. Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC is Alfred Morris, and Ben Tate is the runner-up. Defensive, A.J. Hawk, and then Akeem Dent. Chris the Dog, I'm looking for your comments, sir. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Braxton Miller of the Dallas Cowboys. He is their quarterback. How about Defensive Rookie of the Year? Vinny Sunseri. Chris the Dog, once again, I'm looking for you in the comments section. Vinny Sunseri, followed by Ryan Shazier. Best quarterback is Matt Ryan. Bradford's up there too, though. Best running back, it goes to Ben Tate. Best receiver, Calvin Johnson, but I don't see Tavon anywhere. Best O-lineman is Ben Grubbs. D-lineman is Jerry Hughes. Defensive back is Janoris Jenkins. And best kicker is Greg Zuerlein. Let's go to the AFC quick. Oops. Geno Smith is Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive is Derek Johnson. Offensive Rookie is Blake Bortles of the Oakland Raiders. But I thought Jake Locker played. We're going to have to take a look and see what this team is doing. Defensive Rookie is Lamar Dawson. Best quarterback is Geno Smith. Halfback is Quiz Rogers. Receiver, A.J. Green. O-lineman is Luke Jokel. D-lineman is Mark Anderson. Defensive back is Sean Williams, who played pretty well against us in the Super Bowl at safety. But I got to see what the hell Oakland's doing, because I could have swore they were playing Jake Locker, and Bortles wasn't even getting work. Let me check out their depth chart. Alright, Oakland, what shenanigans are you up to? See, Locker starts. I wonder where McFadden went. He's disappeared. Let me check out their stats. Did Bortles play much this year? I mean, we know Locker is injury prone. Bortles did play, but not a ton. This is your Rookie of the Year. 6 touchdowns to 3 picks. You couldn't find anything better? Are you serious? Alright. Stats are out of the way. I think we're about done here. Are there any major injuries carrying into next year? Not for us. We're healthy. We had guys injured in the middle of the season, but we'll see going forward if anyone's going to be out for like most of next year or part of it at all. Ooh, Max Unger's going to miss. I'm not sure. 36 months is a good chunk of the year. It's over half. Mike Pouncey, Jarvis Jones. I want to see one that's like 150 months. Not that I want to see a serious injury, but I want to see Madden do some stuff. Ooh, Mark Barron's out for quite a while. 38 months with a broken femur, or weeks. Devontae Holloman. Alright. I think we're about done here. Yeah, I meant weeks. Not... Whoops. My bad. Alright. Manage roster. What do I want to do next? Is there anything else I need to do to recap? I don't think so. I'm going to retire. I'm done. No. Alright. Everybody's still talking about the months, weeks thing. I'm sorry. Alright, guys. Let's take a look at the scouting. Now, I'm done scouting, so I'm going to show you guys the boards now, but this is the top of the board. Here are the top players. The top quarterback is Trayvon Boykin, and I have scouted him, but I'm not sure we have a winner here. That's very iffy. I don't know if that's #1 quarterback material. Anyway, some of the bigger names you'll notice on this list are Kevin Hogan, Todd Gurley, Brett Hundley, Melvin Gordon, Dorial Green-Beckham, Jalen Mills, Devontae Adams, Aaron Lynch. This should be a better draft class than last year's, though. But if you want to go by positions, here's all the quarterbacks at the top. Trayvon Boykin, Kevin Hogan, Brett Hundley, Vad Lee, Max Brown, Jacoby Brissett, Zach Klein, David Watford, and continuing on down the list, that's what we got. I have scouted a lot of these guys, so let me scroll here, and we'll look at... Yeah, you see throw power, accuracy ratings all right here. Kevin Hogan's got some good ones, but the play action's bad. There's Brett Hundley, Vad Lee. I must not have scouted Max Brown. Jacoby Brissett. This one's interesting here. Steven Rivers, a 6'8" quarterback. I'm sure he can't run. Kane, what jersey are you wearing? Don't think too hard. Don't think too hard now. I had to get this jersey. I think everybody knows what it is. I don't think it's too surprising. Where is Winston? I'm not exactly sure. The draft classes sometimes get messed up. Steven Rivers is Philip Rivers' brother. That's interesting. McNabb jersey. Don't do that now. Don't do that. It's not a Donovan McNabb. No. You just reminded me that Donovan McNabb was a Viking. It's Teddy. Come on now. It's Teddy. I swear it's not McNabb. It's Teddy. There. We got that out of the way now. Alright, so we got some good running backs in this class, though, from Todd Gurley to Melvin Gordon, Duke Johnson, and TJ Yeldon. Now, one of the needs I have put here on my notes. Now, let me know what you think of this in the comment section. I'm thinking about taking Tavon Austin off special teams, because health is kind of a concern. He got hurt again this year, and I like to keep him from taking unnecessary hits on defense, or on special teams. So I was thinking about finding someone who could be a new returner for us, and I came across this. This is Duke Johnson from Miami. And he might be a perfect replacement for Tavon Austin. I like having Tavon on returns. He's exciting. But it's also exciting when he's on the field. Not when he's on the bench. No one gets excited for that. Only opposing secondaries. Although, maybe we have someone on the roster who could be that returner. Maybe. Maybe we could snag TJ Yeldon at 6'2", 223. Looking through stuff here. Some people are going to disagree with this rating right here. An A carrying. Hey, I don't make the ratings. How about Melvin Gordon? This man is a beast. From Wisconsin. And Todd Gurley. He could be an awesome player as well. So, this is the year to need a running back. And we don't necessarily need one. Definitely not a starter. Oh, Jeremy Hill's all the way in this class? Damn. That's crazy. I think people are liking Duke. Duke Johnson from Miami, we'll see. Oh my god, I got some in my eye. Get out. Go away. Hopefully that's out of the way now. Receivers not a big need for us. We already have probably too many receivers as it is. Dorial Green Beckham, Devontae Adams are the big names here. Sammy Coates, Amari Cooper. I was thinking about another receiving tight end because I'm not liking how Marquise Gray is coming along, and it would allow us to do more with our twin tight end sets for passing anyway. And the guy I've been targeting is Devin Funchess, who I think fits the bill, although route running questionable. Well, 6'5", 230. Anyway, guys, we will get back to the scouting in a little bit. I wanted to show you guys kind of the board, and so I'll scroll quickly here through the first couple rounds. But we got to focus on free agency right now. The draft has to wait for a little bit. What if I went like the NFL and I made my off-seasons like a 3-day event? Like right now you get the recap of the season, tomorrow you get free agency, and then the next day you get the draft. You like that idea? Please don't take that seriously. I don't mean it. That would be what the NFL would do, though. Down the list we go. Down the list we go. I don't think people like that idea. I don't like it either. We got almost 1,500 viewers in here right now. But guys, with that, it is time to say goodbye to Season 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the 13-3 Super Bowl season, but it's now behind us. Say goodbye. Let's go to the off-season. It all begins here. The off-season has begun after about 22-23 minutes of recap. So I think it's a little bit less than normal, maybe. Oh, by the way, I didn't show you guys my draft picks, but in case you forgot, we do have the rich get richer. We get 2 first-round picks this year. So we have pick 15 and pick 32. Keep that in mind, please. Did you give Fisher an extension? I did. 3 years. All right, guys. It is time to re-sign players. Now, we're getting one of the biggest events out of the way because we have Sam Bradford, our star quarterback, fan favorite, as a free agent. Sam Bradford is the epitome of excellence. Sam Bradford already has a Hall of Fame bust made for him. He keeps the jacket, his Hall of Fame jacket, in his locker. I love these comments. Oh. Oh my goodness. These comments are awesome. Oh, Chris, you made a straw poll? Let me pull it up if I can. I don't know if you tweeted at me. Oh, there it is. Should Bradford be re-signed? 69% say hell no. 10% say no. 21% say yes. Alright. What are we going to do with Sam Bradford? We'll find out in a few minutes. Anyway, let's do, we got a couple guys we know we got to keep. Janoris Jenkins is one of those guys. Double-digit turnovers. He's solidified himself as the #1 cornerback on our defense. We need to keep Janoris around. Enter negotiations with Janoris Jenkins. And it looks like Janoris is going to want between $7 and $8 million a year. And we have about $40 million in cap room, so definitely fits into our budget. Let's try to keep Janoris Jenkins. So let's up this signing bonus a bit. It's going to be about a $40 million deal. $40 million deal. And if I give him a decent signing bonus, then we can probably spread out the cap hit. So how about that? He wants 5 years, though, so I'll give him 5. I'm not screwing around here with a #1 corner. Janoris Jenkins. Oh, that's a $50 million deal now. I wish they gave you full control of the structure. Like if you want to backload a contract or front load it. I wish they would allow you to do that. Alright, we're going to go and offer Janoris Jenkins a 5-year, $40.5 million deal. Which is just over $8 million a year. Let him test free agency? No way. I can't let the price get raised anymore. Alright, and sometimes they don't accept contracts that are right at the mark. And I've noticed that in the last couple off seasons, so I'm thinking I'm giving myself enough safety here. Janoris Jenkins. Has? Oh, God. Oh, no. Janoris Jenkins. I told you. Sometimes they don't accept even when it's right there. He just turned down the contract. That's my guy, though. Oh, man. Tag him. If I tag him, that's $12.5 million guaranteed. I'm lucky I waited to do this. Because teams, I believe, can only franchise tag one player a year. And I was just going to tag Greg Zuerlein. Because that's what most kickers get. The good ones often get franchise tag because it's not very expensive. But if we tag Janoris Jenkins, we can get him away from free agency. But we have to pay him $12.5 million. Alright, let's move on for now. We're going to go to Trumaine Johnson. Let's keep it in the cornerback family. Trumaine Johnson. Does not want much money, surprisingly. Which I'm cool with. At this juncture right now. Oh my goodness. So he wants $4.29 million over 3 years. I know I want to keep Trumaine Johnson. He wants a 3-year contract. Let's give him around... I don't want to lose both corners. What if I bump this all the way up to 5.25? Alright, Trumaine. Please stay here in St. Louis. Trumaine Johnson. My agent will get back to you next week. Well, or right now. You gotta be kidding me! Who wants to stay here? They've got the ring. Now they want to test free agency. We got to start upping our offers, I think. Oh, my goodness. All right, moving on. Let's go to Greg Zerline, who wants 12.7 over 4 years. Greg, don't follow the cornerbacks. This is a $14 million contract. Take it and be happy, Greg. You gotta be kidding me. Why? I don't get it. We haven't had contract problems like this in the past. This is so bad. They're all testing free agency so far. Robert Quinn. Hey, Robert. 4 years, 21.1 mil. We're going to keep around Robert Quinn. I'm probably going to have to raise my signing bonuses a good bit, is what I'm thinking. I'm losing my whole team. Whoa! He'd probably accept that. Alright. This is a $24 million contract for Robert Quinn. Alright, Robert. Can we keep at least Robert Quinn? What is your problem? He's gone. This is out of control. They're all leaving the team. This has never happened before. Why doesn't anybody want to stay in St. Louis? Michael Brockers wants 5 years, 27.5 mil. I think I'd like to look at the defensive tackle market first and see what other options are out there, and then maybe come back to this. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so crazy. Nobody wants to stay here right now. Because of Bradford? Okay, let's look at Sam Bradford. What does Sammy want? I'm not breaking the bank for Sammy, and he doesn't want me to. Sam Bradford. It's a glitch? I'm confused. It's a glitch. I've never heard of this glitch, if it is a glitch. Well, let me go back and look at some lower priority free agents and see if I can get them to re-sign. We'll find out if this is truly a big glitch. Who would I like to keep that's down here? Oh, none of these I'm really too worried about. Let's look for a quick 1-year deal for Spadola. Oh, he wants a 2-year, of course. Alright, can we keep Ryan Spadola? Ryan Spadola just accepted the contract, guys. And I don't even think I really gave him... Did I even give him a signing bonus? I don't think you can call it a glitch. I don't think you can. We just got one. Desired contract does not include the bonus. I know that I've never really structured the contracts any differently. I don't think it's a glitch. So it looks like we're keeping Ryan Spadola. Yeah, there's no signing bonus. We gave him the salary he wanted in straight salary. No bonus, so... Yeah, it's not a glitch, as far as I can tell. Alright. So Zerline wants to test Jenkins, Johnson, and Robert Quinn. So, Sam Bradford. Let's cut to the chase when it comes to Bradford. He wants 4 years, $23.2 million. Now, okay, I get a lot of people do not... Wow. A lot of people are not fond of Sam Bradford. But here's the thing. Somebody has to play quarterback. Someone has to play. You have to have a replacement in mind if you're going to make a change. And if we were to let Bradford go, who do you replace him with, and how much does that cost you? If you look at this contract right here, we're talking just under $6 a year in salary and then have to give him a bonus of some sort. You're not going to find a better value probably at quarterback. He's been, I'd say, a slightly above average quarterback for us. But if we let him walk, who knows where that sets us back? I mean, I would not be confident yet in David Fales after playing with him in 8 preseason games and a little bit of regular season action. And then you think about maybe a rookie who we don't know anything about. And then most of the free agent quarterbacks that might be better are going to cost a lot. So what I'm going to do is I am offering Sam Bradford a contract. Because if I don't, we could be screwed. And then you'll miss Sam Bradford. Potentially. The whole idea is to keep the team together. As much as we can. And... Geez, $10,000 increments? Kidding me? Sam Bradford may not be the best quarterback, but we have a working formula. And you're not going to get better than Sam Bradford for cheaper, more than likely. That's the reason he's getting offered a contract. Yeah, I may have 2 first-round picks, but they're rookies. They're just rookies. If you expect a rookie to already be better than Sam Bradford, you're probably asking a little too much of that rookie. And our picks aren't high. So we'll offer Sammy B a contract. And we'll see where this takes us. This is the biggest X-press of the offseason right here. We'll increase this a little bit. Will Sam Bradford sign, or will he test free agency? Trade for Teddy? You don't trade in the division. You can't do that. All right. Let's see. Do you want to submit this contract? I don't know yet. It's scary. It is scary. Does this adjust the cap room at all? I wish it would show me exactly how much cap room would be left if we offered him this deal. Because I'm not sure how Madden does guaranteed versus non-guaranteed. Obviously, bonuses are fully guaranteed. Salaries sometimes are, sometimes aren't. Let him hit the market. This is... Do I want to submit this offer right now? Confidence, very poor. I'm going to back out for now. Sam Bradford is interested. Now, if we let him test free agency, we could see the market, but his price would likely be a little bit higher if we wait. I think I'm going to let him hit the market and look. I don't know. I don't know. This is... Sam Bradford has not been the worst quarterback in the world. We're going to offer him a contract. That's it. We're just offering a contract. We're going to offer. Okay, if he wants to take it to free agency, then go right ahead, Sam. 4 years. Let's see. We got to make sure the salary is high enough, I guess. I'm making it so hard on myself to make a decision. Alright. This is it. Sam Bradford. It's submitted. It's over. It's over. Sam Bradford has chosen to test free agency. There you go. Our top free agents have said no. And the crowd in the chat is so happy right now. Oh my god, there's an absolute party going on right now in the chat. I cannot... This is going to be the biggest free agency of my entire channel. This is it. The biggest free agency, now that we've had so many declined contracts. Alright, let's go through the rest of the list. Now, do I want to use my franchise tag? Because Janoris Jenkins wanted around, what was it, like $8 million a season roughly? Somewhere in that ballpark. Now, 12.5 would be his tag salary, and he would be guaranteed to stay. But we could go into free agency and hopefully get him for less than that 12.5. But is this the time to be stingy? If we drop the tag on him right now, that leaves us with $27.5 million in cap room. Which, if you look at the rest of his team, 27.5, it's iffy. When you want to pay a quarterback, you got other guys on free agency. The tag might be too much. So he may have to hit free agency. And then we could look at the market, too, and see what our other options are at all these positions. But oh my goodness, this offseason is already an absolute mess. Wow. Yeah, Brockers won a lot of money. I'm going to let him test. How about Isaiah Peed? I like Peed, but I think I'm going to let him test as well, because I may want a different running back. Although Isaiah Peed has been pretty good for us. I think I'm going to offer him a contract, just because that's not much money at all. We have the funds. Let's see if he'll accept this. Isaiah Peed. We've only had one player accept a deal so far, and that's Ryan Spadola. Looks like he accepted. Okay. We could also get a guy like Duke Johnson and keep Isaiah Peed. Don't worry, I'm keeping that in mind. We still might draft a running back. But Isaiah Peed still has a role with the way he played last year. I don't want to let him go. Alright, let's go down the list. Jason Verrett, happy with him. I want to try to keep him around. 1 year, $770K. This should not be hard at all. Come on, Jason. Stay right here. He accepted it. Okay. So we've gotten a few accepts so far. I'm going to let Ray Armstrong walk. We'll let Pat White walk. Gerald Rivers will walk. Wesley Hayes can walk. Marquise Gray, I think I'm going to let him walk. See, I thought I could get a lot more out of Marquise Gray than we did. Every time he got a chance, he dropped the ball. So we'll let him go. He's not a priority for us right now. Harvey Dahl, depends on the price. We need a backup guard, obviously, but what's he going to cost? 1.13 for 1 year. That's not much. Alright. Just to keep him for a 1-year contract as a backup guard. Did he... One sec, let me check all these notifications. Okay, accepted by Dahl, Verrett, and Peed. Oh, they got a media question. You've got a player in the final year of his contract who has turned down your contract offers to this point. So how far apart do you think both sides are right now? I'm going to go with this response. I like to think we're not too far apart, so while we haven't found a common ground yet, we'll continue to negotiate and get there. Who knows who they're talking about? It could be Sammy, it could be Janoris. One thing I wanted to do quickly, guys, is check out the roster and see if we have any cap casualties that could free up some salary cap, because this may be a very free agency intensive year now that this has become what it has. So is there a net release savings? The most... Well, we can't cut Bradford right now. Chris Long, Jake Long, Jared Cook, Hayes, Verner, Quinn. Yeah, I don't see a cap casualty here. Not letting either Longs go. Jake Long may be a little overpaid at this point, but I scouted some left tackles, and I don't want to try to replace him right now. This may be one of my biggest streams, though. 1,747 viewers right now. Once again, thank you guys for coming to the stream. The fun has just begun with these re-signings just completely going out of control right now and everybody denying contracts. And our star players are hitting free agency. Many of them anyway. Darren Bates. Need to keep this guy around. This guy, he's good. He is good. I like Darren Bates. The way he played was phenomenal, I thought. Whoa, what the hell? Almost offered him a huge contract. He would have liked that. Alright, Darren. You played really well for us. Please stay here in St. Louis. At this rate, you'll be one of our star players. Wow. Okay, Darren, have fun in free agency. Shiloh KO. Depends on the price. I was okay with him. I was okay with him. We only have 3 safeties if KO stays. Otherwise, our depth is minuscule. It's corners. You gotta be out of your mind. Gray, Hayes, River, Armstrong, White. They can all walk. Brockers is there. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to tag Greg Zuerlein for $3.32 million because I'm not going to tag Janoris Jenkins at $12.5 million. I'm going to try to negotiate through free agency and see if we can get a deal below $12.5 a year. If we can call it a win. But I just tagged Greg Zuerlein because he wanted in the ballpark an average of what that tag was worth, so it just makes sense. That's why kickers get tagged a lot of times in the NFL. So that is it. These are the players hitting free agency. Janoris Jenkins, Sam Bradford, Trumaine Johnson, Robert Quinn, Michael Brockers, Shiloh KO, Darren Bates, Marquise Gray, William Hayes, Gerald Rivers, Ray Armstrong, and Pat White. What a crazy beginning to the St. Louis Rams Season 3 offseason. But you know what? I think it's going to be fun. Let me save the game quick. Oh, we see something here. Tony Gonzalez has retired again. Wow, Skip Bayless, really? Is Tony Gonzalez great enough to be called a Hall of Famer? We'll see in August. Come on! You know. Oh, Champ Bailey's retired. Who else? That's all we get? Sheldon Brown is retired. Peyton Manning is returning? Oh, God. Here goes the comment section. Here it comes. It's coming. It's on the way. Yup. Here goes the comments. We already know what's happening. Yup. Here we go. Hashtag Get Peyton is now a thing. Asante Samuel has retired. I think someone said that Sheldon Brown was coming back. I may have missed that. I'm sorry. Jonathan Vilma retires. D'Angelo Hall retires. Gerald McCoy is now a right end to better fit their new scheme. Well, the Buccaneers are going to a 3-4, it appears. Cedric Thornton is released. Sean Green is released. Marcel Darius was tagged. Vaughn Miller was franchise tagged. Vernon Davis is franchise tagged. Cam Newton is testing free agency. Oh, wait, no. He won't be looking for a new home this year. Okay, they signed him, it looks like. My bad, I'm sorry. Nate Solder, franchise tagged. They must have tagged Cam or something. RG3 was tagged. So that means Andrew Luck is a free agent too. And I don't see him on the tag list. He might have been re-signed though, so. The Panthers have just cut wide receiver Ted Ginn. Who do they have left? The Titans have released quarterback Alex Smith. Haloti Ngata gets a monster deal. Oh my. Darren Bates. Yeah, that's the headline. Okay, guys. Oh, this is going to be the most fun free agency of the series. I have no clue what the team is going to look like. I honestly thought we could keep the team for the most part together, get a couple improvements, and then all of a sudden, everybody's like, I'm out of St. Louis. Kane, you stay away from Alex Smith. Oh, man. Guys, this is going to be, I've said it already like 8,000 times, this is going to be so much fun / interesting. This is going to make things exciting. Rejected, accepted, 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 rejected, rejected. Are you guys ready for free agency? Let's make sure I didn't forget anything now. I did not, right? So I re-signed. I tried to re-sign players. But yeah, I'm done with... I want to keep Brockers, maybe, but not at that price. Not at that price. I have 2 first-round picks. I have to draft somebody. So I may draft a defensive tackle early to replace Michael Brockers. We'll see. Maybe I'll trade a first-round pick for a defensive tackle. Here we go, guys. It is free agency time. This is going to be a blast. We have not even hit the draft yet, guys. This is the biggest free agency has ever been in my series, I believe. I've made some big signings before, but this is the biggest free agency. This is going to be one out of control offseason. Gentlemen, let's check out the free agent class. We have $32.9 million to spend. Let's go. Levante David's on the market, but we have a lot of holes to fill that I can't go after him right now. Alright, guys, quarterbacks. We have Peyton Manning. Sam Bradford has interest from the New York Giants at about $10 million a year. There's Ryan Tannehill, Brandon Weeden, Alex Smith, Nick Foles, Kyle Orton, Ryan Mallett, Ryan Lindley, Chad Henne, Tim Tebow. Where's any big names? Well, these are kind of big names, but where are our starters? Are we all out? Those are all the free agent quarterbacks. So, Sam Bradford for around $10 million, or Peyton Manning for 12.6 to 15.4. We'll see. I want to see the players that did not re-sign with us first. So we know Bradford is being pursued by the New York Giants. Janoris Jenkins. Oh, we cannot let him go to Seattle. Absolutely not. Trumaine Johnson wants $4 to $5 million a year. Ooh, that's cutting it close. And we have good depth. Ooh, Brandon Boykin. Ooh, Aqib Talib as well. One sec, guys. Got a text message. Damn, this is going to be so much fun. Sign Tannehill, that's another option too. Harrison Smith's a free agent, obviously. We have safeties. Need a backup though, Shiloh. Let's check out defensive ends. Robert Quinn did not re-sign with us. I don't want right tackle. Shea McClellan. Not much here. At least for left ends. How about right? Robert Quinn, 6.3 to 7.7. This is going to be a big draft. I just realized that. Should have offered these guys their worth, tried to lowball them. Well, it doesn't really show you the market for them. It shows you what they want. And even when you go around what they want, you never know if you're going to be high enough. Anthony Barr, I think he came into this really bad, like a late round prospect. Vince Wilfork, a little too expensive. Brandon Mebane or Michael Brockers for the same price. Brockers is obviously a lot younger. Let's go to the entire list now and kind of look at the entire class. Some of the top players here. It would be nice to see Mikey Apati leave San Fran. Let Everson Griffin replace Quinn. That's the option too. But then we have to go get a backup, which obviously is not as bad as going after a starter. But we have to go after Janoris Jenkins. There's no doubt about it. He wants 5 years, $50 million now. $5 years, $51 million deal to keep Janoris Jenkins. We can't let him go to Seattle. Let's look at quarterback again. So Tannehill would be 10.4 to 12.8. And Manning would be 12.6 to 15.4. When it comes to Trumaine Johnson, I don't think I want to pay that much. He's probably worth that, but we also have really good depth. And if I wanted to get a fifth cornerback, we have a 26-year-old Brandon Boykin right here, who wants less than $2 million a year. Let's fill our bigger holes first. We'll take a look at Ryan Tannehill, though. Tannehill, Manning, Sam Bradford for $9.18 million. What halfbacks are available? Alfred Morris. Wow, everybody in the league wants Trent Richardson, apparently. CJ Spiller. Why is there no market for him? LaMichael James, Matt Forte. What is happening to running backs? Why does everybody want Vic Ballard? It's hard to get a read on this game sometimes. Receivers. Alshon Jeffrey, Roddy White, Wes Welker. Alshon. That would be scary. Josh Gordon. Of course, we have receivers. Tight ends. Rob Hausler wouldn't be bad. Kobe Fleener. If there's no market you can get them for less, I'm sure. Maybe it's worth just throwing one out then. Let's just take a shot at Alshon Jeffrey. Oh, he wants... Let's see if I lowball him a bit. Might not even be worth the time, really. But let's just try. A 3-year, $12 million deal. No harm in trying. We can make room for a guy like Alshon Jeffrey. Let me back out quick. So, I keep forgetting every year, how many stages of free agency are there? So if I wanted to advance the week and see how the market develops, would that be an option? Just to see, like, okay, if I advance, what's the market now for Tannehill? What's the market now for Peyton Manning? So there's Ryan Tannehill, who obviously has some speed to his game. And then there's Peyton Manning, and we all know about Peyton Manning. Bradford for $10 million a year, though. That kind of scares me. I'm just reading some comments right now. Ryan Tannehill. I'd like to look at his ratings first. Are there any pass rushers that I'm interested in at all? What is this? Jason Jones? 30 years old. Not sure about that. Might have to go to the trade market at this point. I also like to see Anthony Barr's ratings, because now we're looking for a backup. How awesome would it be, though, to be able to go after a guy like Levante David? That would be insane. Let's see if we can keep Darren Bates again, because I still like Darren Bates a lot. 3 years, $2.4 million. We'll try again on Darren Bates. I want to check out some quarterback rankings now. Ratings. I don't know who's going to be our quarterback next year. This is the craziest thing ever. David Fales is our only quarterback currently. Can I check out free agent quarterbacks right now? Like, can I see their ratings anyway? Because I'm not sure how I could right now. Roster, depth chart. Am I just in the wrong area to see ratings? What if I go to improve roster? Yeah, that's not available. in the contract talks. That's right. That's right. In the contract talks, you're right. Let me check out the trade block quick. These are the quarterbacks on the block. We have Mike Glennon, Landry Jones. Nothing really standing out here. Mark Sanchez. That's not a good Mariota, keep in mind. How about some pass rushers? Ooh, Carlos Dunlap. But yeah, this is really going to make drafting this year really, really important. I was not prepared for all this. Let me check out Tannehill's ratings. Let me see if they fit what I want to do, which I'm sure they probably do. But I want to compare him still to Peyton Manning. And that cap room, that's not including my draft cap, right? That's already set aside, isn't it? Let me go check my salaries. That would be in the Manage Roster tab, I think. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, I wanted to see salaries. Rookie reserve is 7.6. Okay. I have $40.5 million in cap, but obviously I've made some offers, so that has taken away potential cap. So let's look at Tannehill's ratings. 83 speed. Throw power's a 90. Accuracy short, mid, deep, on the run, play action. That is pretty darn good. Let's look at Peyton Manning. He wants 1 year, $15.4 million. Obviously, he's not running anywhere. His arm, he a little bit less power than Tannehill, but his accuracy is better. And his play action's awesome. So, Tannehill or Peyton? Christian Ponder will also fit what you're going for. Good point. Let me look at Tannehill again. And he wants a 4-year, $51 million deal, so he wants quite a bit as well. Not quite 15 a year. What does that average out to be? 51 divided by 4. Sorry, I can't do it in my head right now. I think it's like 12, 13. Yeah, 12.75. So he wants a little bit less than Peyton. Just a little bit. Short, mid, deep. I want Peyton Manning. That's who I want. I'm giving Peyton Manning an offer. I think I want Peyton Manning. It's only a couple more $1 million. I don't know. I want Peyton Manning. Imagine our offense if we just spread it out with Peyton. And keep in mind, this is probably the last season of the series because Madden 15 is going to be in a couple months. So do we just go for the home run with Peyton Manning? I mean, you can't compare Tannehill's arm to Peyton's accuracy on here. Peyton's accuracy, you're not touching it with Ryan Tannehill. But Tannehill is solid in his own right, and he gives you the speed and allows me to do more with the play actions that I like to run. This has become Bradford or not Bradford, Peyton Manning or Ryan Tannehill. And we also need a third quarterback, probably. Oh, I like Nick Foles. Let me check out Nick Foles' ratings quick. There's someone in the comment section talking about him, too. Y'all know the throw power is there. Still needs to develop a bit, so I think we're okay with Fales as a backup. If I have for a second backup, I would like someone with some speed, just like we did last year. I think basically Foles is the same as Fales for me right now. Peyton Manning. We're going for it, guys. Give me Peyton Manning. Can we get Peyton in St. Louis? I'm sorry if I'm taking too long for some people. It's just kind of the way it goes. I have a question. I'm sorry I don't know everything, but can you change players' positions in Madden Connected Franchise? Is that a feature? Because I don't know where you would do it, if you have to do it during the off-season or how it all works. Can you do that? Because I thought about moving Tim Tebow to a different position, but I don't know exactly how, because I've never done it on here. Like, do they even allow you to do it? Yes, you can. During the off-season, it's in Manage Roster. Alright, so if I went to Jared Cook, can I move him to a receiver if I wanted to? Not that I want to, I do not. Damn, you can. Okay. Okay. Because I kind of want to move Tim Tebow to tight end or linebacker or something. I like to get Tim Tebow. You did it with Carlos Hyde? Oh yeah, I did. I did do that. That was me. Yeah. My memory's going to hell, man. But I don't want Tebow for that price. You can't with quarterback? Okay. Okay. So I think we should advance forward now and see how our offers look. And see if anything got denied. Did I offer to Boykin? Let me offer to Brandon Boykin quick. Wait, I said I wasn't going to yet. Yeah. I'll hold off on Boykin. Let's advance. You can move a quarterback. You can't move a player to quarterback. I'm getting fed a lot of information here. One sec. Let me check something out. Plus, I don't know Tebow's ratings other than quarterback, so I'd have to... Whatever. I would know Tebow's ratings for his throwing and stuff, but I want, like, catching and blocking. So you can take a quarterback and you can move him... You can move him to tight end, which is appealing to me. Tebow the tight end. It's been done once on my channel in the Blitz the League series. So, should we advance and see what's up, guys? Make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Should we advance to the next stage of free agency? I'm waiting for the comments to roll in here. Do it, yes. No, people will sign. That's kind of the point. I'm going to make a quick small offer to Tim Tebow, and then we'll advance. I'm not going to give him what he wants. I just want to see if he'll take something anyway. No harm in trying. Just like with the Alshon. I just want to see now going forward. Because I don't want to give any other big contracts out, because if everybody does sign, which I don't expect them to, I want to be able to fill my roster. And I can't do that if I give out a bunch of big deals, or semi-big deals even. Here we go, guys. We're advancing. Free agent offers. We only have one signing, it looks like. So we don't have any other progress yet. There's now 4 teams in the running for Janoris Jenkins. Is the team that's on the far right winning? Or does that even mean anything? Let's increase his offer a little bit. Let's see the league signings. Oh, Robert Quinn is gone. Far left is winning? Okay. So Robert Quinn is going to Buffalo. We're okay. They also got Eric Wright. Mike Jenkins to the 49ers. Brandon Pettigrew to the Seahawks. Jonathan Martin to the Jaguars. Not many big names have signed yet. Oops. Oh, we got more scouting to do as well. I forgot to give you more points. The ordering of teams does not mean anything. Yeah, I got 2,000 people roughly in the stream, almost. And so some are saying yes, some are saying no, and a lot of times you just make the mistake of believing whatever you see first. But I'm going to play it safe and increase a couple offers here. All we've gotten is Darren Bates. So when it comes to Alshon, could I just say no? Withdraw offer? Tebow, Jeffrey, Manning. I gave him a $16 million offer. Yeah, far left maybe who offered first, because we weren't the first to offer to Jenkins, Manning, but obviously we can't really tell with these Jeffrey and Tebows. No one's joined the race. Let's go to corners quick. And we have Chris Davis, though, who I like a lot. Stephon Gilmore, could not afford him anymore. Boykin, that would eat up the rest of our cap, probably. I think we're okay at corner, I really do, because, well, I don't know if we're going to keep Jenkins. And we're not keeping Johnson, it looks like. We have Werner, we have Chris Davis, and Jason Verrett. So maybe I do need to make an offer. There's also Brent Grimes, who has no competition for. And then there's Aqib Talib, who is obviously declining with age. Pac-Man Jones, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. These guys have really fallen off. Dre Kirkpatrick. Need a DT, remember? Yeah, I'm probably going to draft one. We'll take a look at it, though. Sean Cody. Might have to wait for the draft. No one here I really just need to offer on. We still have K1 short, David Perry, last year's first-round draft pick. Remember now, we got 2 first-round picks, so we can get a lot of players. Or, I know it's only 2, but... I wish you could make an offer for Levante David. Let me look at my negotiations again. I'm sorry, I take a lot of time with this. Peyton, Janoris Jenkins, Alshon Jeffrey, Tim Tebow. Where'd the second round pick come from? Last year we traded out of the second round with the Colts. They wanted to go up, and how the NFL works, compensation for trading up is the value is 1 round higher from the next year. So when you trade up in like the 5th round, you can appropriate value would be next year's 4th. And the Vikings have done that before with the Lions, even in division. So, oh, we got scouting to do this week as well. Well, let's go into this quick. Do you really need Tebow Kane? No. I might withdraw that offer and try to get him later, because I'm only looking him to play tight end. So, now that we know kind of where a couple holes may be, I think I need to scout a couple defensive tackles. Let's see, and I have scouted a couple guys near the top. We have Jordan Phillips here from Oklahoma and Antoine Woods. What do I know about these guys? Block shedding is good here. Tackle. Let's find more about Antoine Woods. F awareness, man. Might not be a bad idea, though, to maybe get this guy. How about Jordan Phillips, who's 6'6", 328. Big guy. Yeah. Let's look at the unscouted defensive tackles. Darius Cummings. Ooh. That's not, well, awareness being that low. Okay. Okay. I kind of like this. This might be a pretty good one. I gotta check block shedding though. 64 worries me. Might not be a bad prospect though. Kevin Williams. 6'2", 269. Alright. Let's go Anthony Hayes. What else should we scout? Corner might be a big need. And have I scouted many yet? I was prepared, apparently. Most of these are just man to zone kind of checks. Let's look at how high is Jalen Mills on this list? 20th? Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, this is not going to be it with these Fs. Jalen Collins. Man coverage is an A. At least we have decent cornerback depth, like Chris Davis. We still have Elteron Werner. But those guys were solid depth. Now they're not, if they're on top. Jalen. Maurice Fleming. Frankie Williams. 5'9", 187. Not liking that. Trey Waynes. 6'1", 178. Not liking that. I scout Duke Thomas. Oh, these are all scouted, of course. Let's go unscouted. Donovan Riley from Virginia Tech. Ooh. I'll just stop it right there. David Jenkins. Keelan Smith. Who's the top quarterback in this class? Trayvon Boykin from TCU, actually. Okay, awareness is alright. What is his man? 82. Took a lot of points to find that out for a 4th rounder. Let's see if there's any pass rushers I'm missing out on. Now, I don't know if I'd be confident in this for a 1st rounder, though. I kept out a lot of guys who I thought were 3-4 ends, based on size. No. But I have scouted a bunch of these guys already. but a lot of them are just not very impressive. Eli Harold at least has the B finesse move. Those are all question ratings, of course. Oops. Hey, I still had some points to spend. Can bring me back in there. All right, 646 points. Any defensive tackles I missed near the top? These are all 5s. Corners near the top. Let's go Brian Poole. Hey, not bad. Oh, I don't have enough to find his man coverage rating. Press isn't that good. Alright, this isn't bad. Brian Poole from Florida. And I haven't done any scouting on Max Brown yet. Let's do our due diligence if we can. Yeah, we got a little bit to use. This ain't too bad. Alright, so free agent offer is obviously 4.13 in cap room, but I need to have some cap left over so that I can sign and fill the roster, you know, have enough quarterbacks, have enough of every position. So I'm going to withdraw the Tebow offer. I still want to get Tebow, but I don't think right now is a good time because I'm trying to get Peyton Manning. So maybe now I can make a quick... are we going to have a cap casualty? Because I kind of want to offer Brandon Boykin. I'm going to offer for Brandon Boykin. I like being low to that cornerback. My negotiations. Okay, let's check out the Jenkins one. His market is 10.2. I offered 10.6. Let me increase that to 11. One sec, I forgot what the start of that. What does it say his... That's already a $15.5 million signing bonus. Because this is bonus throughout the duration of the contract. So it's 3.1 every single year. And the Peyton deal, 15.4 is his market. We offered 16. Let's go about 16 up a little bit more. Kyle Williams on the trading block. Yeah, I've been seeing that quite a bit in the comments. Let me check it out quick. Might not be a bad idea. Someone said he was on a different position, though. Like an end. You still on the Bills? No. Alright, I'll just have to find out where he is then and take a look. Kyle Williams. That's a big cap hit, though. I obviously could move him back to defensive tackle, but I think I'm going to pass for that price. Let's advance, guys. Alright, let's see. Advancing to stage 5. Do we have any new players on this team? Peyton Manning, Alshon Jeffrey, Janoris Jenkins, Brandon Boykin. Let's see. That can't happen. They can't do that. Don't do this, Seattle. Oh, man. And... wow! I got Alshon Jeffrey. We know we got Alshon now. But league signings. Harrison Smith to the Dolphins. Brandon Browner to the Texans. Sam Bradford is the New York Giant. Why do we need Alshon? Because he will help us continue to dominate defenses. That's why. Sam Bradford's a Giant at $11 million a year. We're the only team. So now the race is between us and the Texans for Jenkins. It just shows us for Peyton and us for Boykin. Okay. Our offense is going to be even more insane this year. So what's the next stage? Let me save it quick. The next stage is the end of free agency, correct? I'm just reading back. Let's go back and do the rest of this scouting quick. We got 5,000 more points to put into players. We know receiver's not going to be a need. It wasn't even a need already. But we got someone anyway. Let's see. I want to find a little bit more about these corners. Man coverage is an 88. 56 awareness, though. For Jalen Collins, who is a second-round prospect, so that's not too bad. Let's find more about Marcus Peters. .76 awareness. This is really good too. Don't have enough to find his man. But how about his zone? 78. Not too bad. This receiving core, though, oh my goodness. Antonio Crawford. Yeah, I don't think there's too much for me to do. Let's try this Kevin Williams. I think I already did. But, let's see. F awareness. Wish I could find more of those. That's not too bad. This might be a good pick later in the draft. What kind of prospect is he? He's a 4th rounder. Not bad. Anthony Hayes. Let's see how he stacks up in comparison. Not as good. I'm still not sure what I want to do with the 1st round pick. Noah Spence, left defensive end. Yeah, I wouldn't be confident enough to make that a top 15 pick, probably. Back to free agent offers. Janoris Jenkins, Peyton Manning, Brandon Boykin. I think it's time to move along. Just want to see all the signings here. So the Chargers have gone from Peyton now to Tannehill. And the Panthers are going after Alex Smith. Now the Chiefs want Tebow. All right, guys, let's advance to stage 7. Here we go. This is all scouting now. Ooh. Let me check out something quick. Oh, I can't go to free agency yet. This showed our cap room is like 30-something, which would mean that we didn't get any more to sign, probably. Let me take a look quick. Uh-oh. Guys! We did it! Peyton Manning is a Ram! Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see this comment section explode. We just got Peyton Manning. And I gotta make his number 18, of course. Oh boy. How about corners? We got them both. Janoris Jenkins and Brandon Boykin. I'm feeling good now. And we get our first round picks. Quarterback's taken care of. Cornerback is taken care of. Oh my goodness. This is the biggest thing that's happened to the series. Peyton Manning. Can Manning get his second ring? Well, I'm not sure what all he's done in this series. And it doesn't have all of his stats on here, I'm sure. I don't know if it does. Can I view his career stats? I'm not sure if it shows career achievements like... Oh, it does show all this. How about Super Bowl wins? Yes, this is going to be a very, very fun season. Demaryius Thomas, Tavon Austin, Alshon Jeffrey. Offer a trade for Austin Pettis. Yeah, we gotta make some cuts, though. Probably 2 of these guys have got to go. But this is exciting. We just got Peyton Manning, guys. Peyton Manning, Ben Tate, Demaryius Thomas, Alshon Jeffrey, plus Tavon Austin equals greatest show on turf, part 2. Couldn't have put it better myself. So we ended up getting basically for $4 million more, 4 or 5. We upgraded from, we went from Sam Bradford to Peyton Manning. I think Bradford got about $11 million a year, and we're giving Peyton like 16. So maybe it's $5 million more, but we know what we're getting with Peyton.